I'm a couple days late on this month's garden tour. As you can see, things are starting to grow. We've got the onions with a volunteer sunflower. We've got garlic in here and a couple volunteer marigolds, mustard, and one kale. In this bed, there's definitely a bunch of sunflowers growing and more mustard, although it seems the ants have gotten to some of the roots of these and they're flopping over and wilting. But that's okay, there's still a couple healthy plants. Over here we've got more sunflowers. I also threw onions in here, and then broccoli, but it is already bolting, so I'm gonna pull that out. I've got 2 artichokes that are growing very slowly, and then in here I've got a cabbage, a couple more over there, and I'm probably going to pull them out because they don't seem to be growing or heading up or anything, and I need the space for green beans and tomatoes. In this bed I also have a couple of volunteers, a marigold and a sunflower. I believe this is a sunflower as well, so this one might be a zinnia, and there's a couple other things popping up. It's all cleaned up except for this pile. And then over here we've got the carrots, which I need to thin out. And down here, I believe that is a zinnia as well. Although so far, nothing growing in my pathway. But there's still time for volunteers to pop up wherever they choose. I've got my sunflowers in the towers. Just for now, they'll be going into a raised garden bed in the fall. And I've got about 60 strawberry plants. They didn't all fit in the tower, so I have a couple in a basket. The biggest change is in the greenhouse garden, which, as you can see, I have started putting up the fence and an arbor. I've cleared out the debris from the in-ground garden. The asparagus is coming up nicely. The orange flags mark where I have planted some pumpkins and squash. And then in this empty space here, I actually planted some corn. My blueberry bushes are growing very well. This Northland is already flowered and putting on berries. The Blue Ray is already putting on berries. The Blue Crop is just starting to lose the flowers. And the Legacy is not yet put flowers on. Let's go into the garden to take a look at my columnar apple trees. They're all leafed out, although this one was the only one that put flowers on, and they've already died back. This one is the Crimson Spire, so I might actually get a couple apples this year. I've got 2 rose bushes on the arbor. They are not climbing, but I plan to put honeysuckle vine on the arbor. I've got some black and white petunias to match my black and white greenhouse. My asparagus, some lettuces, some flowers all need to get planted. These salad boxes did really well, although this one is starting to bolt. I've been coming out and just pinching off leaves and snacking on them. This has done great. We'll definitely be using these again next year. In the garden bed, I've got some milkweed coming up, more flowers, nasturtiums for the garden, more milkweed. I believe this one is swamp milkweed, and the little one is butterfly milkweed. Flowers and catgrass, and then the other lettuce box. I really need to just come out and chop this all off. I'm sure it'll all start to bolt soon, but every time I come out, I just pick off a couple leaves and have a snack in the garden. We've got, all of my plants have been outside for about a week now. The tomatoes are super tall. The peppers and eggplants are doing well. Some of the peppers are starting to put on little flower buds. And then flowers and herbs down here. Flowers, everything's getting planted later today probably. Here is where I'm going to be planting the black and white flowers. I just have some white milkweed. This is a white flowery bleeding heart, which that flower just popped up overnight. And then those are black hollyhocks. I also found these two chairs on Facebook Marketplace. I think that they will look great in the garden. And then the back. My compost tumbler, which put out some great compost. Here's my old compost bin, which I need to get rid of, but there's been a tree frog hiding out under this brick. Oh, he must be gone for the day. I have my little peach tree that I planted. Hopefully it's doing well. It seems like it's lost a lot of leaves. I'm hoping that's just transplant shock. That's what we've got going on outside. And I've got some stuff going on inside. If you've seen my Instagram, I rescued a whole bunch of tadpoles from the pool cover. I believe these are gray tree frog tadpoles. So I've just got them hanging out in the greenhouse in an old aquarium. Hopefully they do okay. I love the tree frogs we have in our neighborhood, so it was really sad to see they were struggling on the pool cover while I was draining it. There's about 56 in here, so we'll see how that goes. Stay tuned to see how the garden grows and how the tadpoles grow. That's it for my tour for May, and I will see you guys next time.